People often celebrate survivors until they start speaking up against what they survived. Then it suddenly becomes too much or attention seeking. Amanda Nguyen refused silence, and that refusal changed laws, systems, and conversations far beyond her. Before she became the globally recognized woman we know, Amanda was simply a young girl growing up in a Vietnamese immigrant family in the United States. Her parents had fled Vietnam after the war, carrying with them the hopes that their children would have opportunities they never had. From an early age, Amanda grew up understanding sacrifice, resilience, and the pressure to succeed. She was intelligent, ambitious, and deeply curious about science, so she studied at Harvard University and dreamt of becoming an astronaut. She was already on that path as her life seemed to be moving towards a future filled with research, exploration, and many possibilities. Then everything changed. While in college, Amanda was sexually assaulted. That assault changed her trajectory. What followed after that was another kind of shock. She discovered that the legal system often treated survivors as burdens instead of people deserving protection. Evidence from assault cases could legally be destroyed before survivors were emotionally or financially ready to pursue justice. Many survivors were left overwhelmed, silenced, or pushed aside by systems that were supposed to help them. For Amanda, that experience became a turning point. You see, Amanda could have just stepped away quietly. She could have focused only on healing privately and pursuing her dreams loudly. Instead, she chose defiance. She began researching laws, contacting lawmakers, and advocating for survivors' rights, not as a politician or a lawyer, but as someone who had personally experienced the gaps in the system. What started as frustration slowly became a movement. Then she founded RISE, an organization dedicated to protecting the civil rights of sexual assault survivors. And suddenly, one young woman was challenging legal systems across the entire country. Amanda helped draft what became the Sexual Assault Survivors' Rights Act in the United States, often called the Survivors' Bill of Rights. The legislation passed unanimously through Congress, which is something rare in an era deeply divided politically. But the victory did not erase the emotional weight behind the fight. Amanda spoke openly about trauma, fear, and survival in spaces where many survivors are expected to remain silent. That honesty itself became an act of defiance. She transformed personal pain into public advocacy without allowing herself to be defined only by what happened to her. And even after global recognition, including being nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, she continued expanding her work internationally, helping inspire survivors' rights legislation in other countries. Years later, Amanda returned to her first dream. She continued pursuing work in bioastronautics and space related research while remaining an advocate for survivors. Then in 2025, she achieved something historic. Amanda flew aboard Blue Origin NS-31, crossing the Kármán line, which is the internationally recognized boundary of space. The mission lasted for about 10 minutes and included several minutes of weightlessness. She became the first woman of Vietnamese descent to travel into space. This wasn't merely a celebrity ride for her. Amanda had spent years training and preparing for opportunities in space research. During the mission, she also carried symbolic and scientific payloads, hoping to inspire future generations of scientists, especially women and girls from underrepresented communities. What made Amanda Nguyen a defiant queen is not only that she survived, it is that she refused to let survival be the end of the story. She walked into systems that often exhaust survivors into silence and demand change anyways. She turned vulnerability into action, pain into policy, and personal experience into protection for millions of others. Because real defiance is not always loud anger. Sometimes it is the decision to speak after being told to stay silent. Sometimes it is rebuilding yourself publicly after being broken privately. And sometimes it is the refusal to let injustice become normal simply because it is common. Amanda Nguyen did exactly that.
There was before you, and there was during you. For some reason, I never thought there would be an after you. But there it was, and I was in it. I'll be in it forever.
If you stayed this long, it means you appreciate the work we do here. So please take it a step further by liking this video. Leave a comment, tell us what you think, drop your suggestions, your opinions, and we will respond to them. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and let's keep the conversation going. Until I come your way again, cheers.